to another episode of Real Talk About Feminism. We have a little spooky ooky episode for you guys today.
It's almost Halloween, and we celebrated last night.
Mm-hmm.
So we are definitely feeling the Halloween vibes, but we are excited to bring you guys this spooky episode.
Yes, we are just going to be reading some spooky stories from Reddit, but we wanted to do a little Halloween episode just because it's the holidays.
It's the vibes.
Yeah.
This Halloween and this spooky season, I have been feeling it more than any other.
Same. Like every other year, I'm like, I don't like Halloween. But now I'm like, hold on. I have a black cat. I do tarot. This is my season.
You need to embrace this.
And it's freaking Scorpio season.
Yes, it is your season. Wait, when does Scorpio season start?
I don't know. I think it started a few days ago, though.
Okay.
Or like a week at this point, probably.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so...
That's so funny because it was our ops director's birthday today. She's a huge Swiftie, so my boss made her a Taylor Swift cake, and we had friendship bracelets. It was so fun.
No, wait, that's cute.
Yeah, you know how it was so foggy this morning?
Mm-hmm.
So she walked in, and we, caught her in her office, and she was like, it's such a Scorpio morning for me. And I was like, it is.
Yeah, it was. It was crazy. After you left, it kept getting foggier and foggier, and we were, literally in a cloud.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I also I'm feeling the spooky vibes this season too. I think it's because I'm making it my own.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have been trying to make the apartment spooky season. We've had some decorations and we've you bought them. We all wanted it.
And I set them up. But yeah, so these little, I don't know if you guys can see if it's too far away, but we have our little spooky season set up, and I got those cute pink pumpkins from Hobby Lobby.
This candle looks so perfect and witchy.
Right?
It's perfectly melted.
Yeah, so that's a brand new candle. I started melting it an hour before you got here. And then I came in to check the progress. Probably shouldn't have left it unattended. But I came in to check the progress and it was perfect. So I blew it out. I was like, no, we have to save it.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of leads us into our obsessions because both our obsessions are spooky season / fall based.
They are.
I am literally obsessed with Noah Kahan right now. And I have my little rotating set list of my favorite songs that I've heard so far. But today I was driving home and it was foggy and I was listening to other songs and I was like, I'm adding this. This is so good.
That's good.
And I just love his music. I can't wait for him to come to Denver.
Same. Yeah, I really like him. I discovered him a few weeks ago and I've just been really loving him. And so he's also one of my obsessions, but not my main one.
What's your main one?
My main one is Scream Queens. Would you say that's scary?
No.
Okay.
It's not scary.
But it's gory.
It's a little gory. I've seen a lot worse.
Okay. Well.
I don't think it's that bad.
Well, it's not scary, but it's gory.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I think it's spooky season vibes. It's also Halloween.
It is, definitely.
Yeah. But I'm almost done with the second season, which is the last season. But it is so good. I binge watched the first season on a weekend where I was sick all weekend. And so I just finished it in one weekend and I've been slowly trying to finish the second season over the last 2 weeks because the episodes are kind of long.
They are long.
I will say.
I think it's because we watched it on Hulu and we don't have premium.
Yeah.
So the ads easily add 10 minutes.
Well, and the episodes are over an hour anyways.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were 45.
I think they're an hour. Yeah. I could be wrong. But it's just such a good show. So if anyone's seen it.
There's so many iconic people.
Yeah.
And even though I'm not very far into it, there's so many things that I've heard from TikTok.
Yeah.
That was all on TikTok. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Chanel Halloween was so iconic.
I know.
I lost it.
I know. I was waiting for you to get to that part because it's so funny.
It's just so out of pocket and unbelievable. But I love her.
When she was at the door and she knocked and then the girl fell to her knees and was like, Chanel. I was just like, this is so ridiculous.
It's so out of pocket.
It's so funny though. Yeah, so that's my obsession. And honestly, the second season is even better, in my opinion.
Okay, I
So
need to catch up.
yeah, it's just so funny. And I was telling you this earlier, but it's like a little bit newer. Not that the first season is like old, but it is, I think they made the second season a few years later. And so I don't know, like it's just good.
It's a good show. I love Emma Roberts too.
Yeah, she's so good in it. I love it.
She's so good.
And we're watching American Horror Story right now, so like she's also in that. So I'm like really getting my dose of Emma Roberts, and I'm loving it because she's a good actress.
She's so good, and she's like a spooky season queen.
Yeah. So
she's so iconic.
yeah.
Well, is there anything else going on?
I did have a traumatic event today.
We have to talk about this.
You guys, I literally got stuck in an elevator between floors and I had to be rescued. And I kid you not, like, there was like 12 firefighters and they had like hard hats on with flashlights.
It's
like,
a big deal.
They came to rescue me. And it was just so awkward because I was like, okay, so I am coming back up from doing my laundry and it's just, it's early. It's before 8 a.m. So I was just like tired, just doing my thing, trying to do my laundry. And then all of a sudden the elevator just like jolts and then stops. And it like kind of pushed me back into the wall a little bit because like I just like lost my balance. And then it was like, this elevator is out of service. Exactly like that.
Scary.
And I literally immediately I was like, no, 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 no. And I start pushing the call button, but it's freaking the alarm. It's just a little bell sound.
Yeah, I've hit it on accident.
Yeah, I'm like, so it doesn't alert the authorities and I'm supposed to call on my own.
You had a call on your own?
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you call? 911?
Well, so I pushed the little ringer, it rings and I'm just like, ah! I was like pushing it. And then there's a second button, so I pushed that and then it said, it was like an automated thing and it was like, if you're stuck, please call this number. And it told you. Yeah, and it was the fire department, but I was so proud of myself because it was very hard to hear because it was so quiet. So I'm like up against it. And then it was like, if you're stuck, please call 720. And it said the next three numbers. And I didn't have my phone out yet, but I remembered the full phone number.
Nice.
And I called. I was like, hey, I kind of did good there. But yeah, so then I literally just had to wait there. And someone ended up somehow connecting to the elevator and was talking to me. And it was like a 911 person. And so they were like staying on the phone with me until the firefighters got there. But all of a sudden, like, I just hear like, how many are in there? And I was like, what was that? Because I like couldn't hear. And the guy on the thing is talking to me. They're talking to me. And I was just like, oh, just one, just me. And so they were like, all right, we're going to shut the power off so we can open the doors. And I was like, you're going to turn the lights off? Like, I literally was like, I'm terrified. And they didn't shut the lights off. They just turned the elevator power off. When I was also terrified that I was going to free fall, of course. When I'm like sitting there paranoid in my thoughts alone. I was kind of dramatic because it was like minute 1 and I like sat down on the ground. I was like, okay.
You gave up.
And then I sat up. I was like, okay, come on. Or I stood up. But yeah, it was scary and I'll post a video on the story. But I made it. That was fine.
Yeah, that happens a lot with our elevators. I swear everybody has a story of getting stuck.
Yeah.
I've never.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but like half the building has.
I came in and it was like such a scary thing, right? So our roommate, she was like out making breakfast and I was like, girl, I literally just got stuck and had to get rescued. And she was like, oh, did I tell you that last week I almost got stuck? It stopped and it didn't open. And then it just went up to the next floor and opened. And I was like, what is going on? And even the firefighters, like, they were like, what's the address? And I said, like, just the first part. And they were like, oh, the lofts.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, this one. And I was like, yeah. Like, they come all the time.
Yeah.
So.
It sucks, though.
I know. And then I had to keep going down the elevator today.
It's so scary.
I was like, I'm forced to, like, do exposure therapy right now.
It's so scary.
But yeah.
That's your personal spooky season.
Yeah, I know. When I texted Ken's earlier, because like I've just been having really bad luck lately. And so I was like, "And, you know, getting stuck in the elevator, whatever," and then I was like, "It's spooky season, I guess." Like, there's
It
no other way
is.
to
Like,
describe
there's
it.
no other reason or explanation.
Mm-mm.
Well, our feminist highlight today is Nargis Mohammadi, and she's a prominent Iranian human rights activist who was recently awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. She has focused most of her career on women's rights, but overall human rights. She's currently serving a 10-year prison sentence for, quote, spreading anti state propaganda. They literally locked her up
Oh my gosh.
just because she's advocating. According to the New York Times, quote, even from inside prison, Miss Mohammadi, 51, has been one of the most outspoken critics of Iran's government. She has organized protests and sit ins as part of the uprising led by women that rocked Iran last year, written quest essays, and organized weekly workshops for women inmates about their rights.
So she's in prison still. That was my
She's in
question.
prison. She's been in prison for 8 years.
Okay.
So she has 2 years left of her sentence. But I was also reading she hasn't seen her family.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. She's literally locked away. And she has 2 kids and a husband, and she has not been able to see them.
Oh
So
my
she said in a
gosh.
written statement to the New York Times, quote, the global support and recognition of my human rights advocacy makes me more resolved, more responsible, more passionate, and more hopeful. I also hope this recognition makes Iranians protesting for change stronger and more organized. Victory is near.
Dang, good for her.
I know. She's locked up and still is advocating.
And the sad thing I'm thinking, like, especially if she can't see her family, but she's like still advocating, she's still like going forward. She's only 51. That's not that old. Like, her kids are probably growing up and they're not even
It's
allowed
so
to see
sad.
her. Like, that's ridiculous.
It's so sad.
We should try and call her from prison and
Right?
get
That
her
would be
on.
so
How
iconic.
cool would that be?
Hey, girl, can we attend one of your
Seriously.
workshops?
Yeah, we're like, can we zoom in? Like, please? But wow, that's amazing.
I just think she's doing such great work, and it really sucks that there's a lot of people in prison wrongfully, and I think it's a big problem. She should
Mhm.
not be in prison.
I know, I'm like, what gave you the right?
Exactly.
Like, there are a lot of people that are
There's a
in
lot
prison
of people
wrongfully.
wrongfully imprisoned.
Yeah, and like, okay, if you're gonna put her in prison for spreading anti-state propaganda, just for
Maybe you should look at
advocating,
yourself.
yeah, I'm like, take a look at the mirror, okay?
Come on, Iranian government.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing.
I just think it's a really great example, and I love that she was awarded the Peace Prize.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So we'll post a little bit about her on the story, but I'll link the article that I referenced in the show notes.
Yes. You know what's so funny? I remember when we first started the podcast and we would make posts about them?
Yes.
So we haven't done that in a while.
No.
And I was gonna stop you just now and say, hey, we should start posting them on the story again. And then you said it.
Yes. We're on the
So
same
we're
wavelength.
on the same wavelength. Yeah, let's start posting them again. And we have a story highlight for feminist highlights. So you can go back there and look at all of our past ones. And then you'll obviously see the ones moving forward. But that's amazing.
Let's get into these spooky stories. FYI, I have not read any of these.
Hey.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I told Ken's, like, I was like, do not read the stories because I was trying not to like get too detailed, but just like make sure it was like an interesting story. But I'm really excited. So
Okay,
do you
cool.
want to read the first one?
Sure.
Okay.
So I was sleeping, and in the middle of the dream, a character of my dream who was doing something turned her head, looked at me very seriously, and said, there's someone in your apartment. Wake up. I nearly had a goddamn heart attack, and my apartment was empty. Okay, right when I said, so I was sleeping, immediately I wanted to bow out. That is so scary.
Literally, like, when I read it, I imagined like, just like a carrot, and then it's like, there's someone in your apartment. Wake up.
That's her spirit guide. That's one of her spirit guides.
It is. Okay, so this is actually not scary then. This is just spooky because it's a spirit guide protecting
I
you.
want more context though. She said she woke up and her apartment was empty. Okay, that's scary though.
Yeah.
Was someone trying to scare her?
Okay, so then yeah, we're going back to it being spooky.
It could be either. Either way, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I
Isn't
don't
that
like that.
scary?
I don't like
I know,
that.
I don't like that either.
I think I'm blessed with not really remembering my dreams.
Yeah. I feel like I go through periods where, like, I will get not messages, but, like, something my subconscious needs me to hear in the dream or my higher self or my spirit guides or whatever. Um, but I genuinely have not been remembering my dreams for the last few weeks.
That's so weird. Do you feel like it was after we got back from Being on Fire?
No.
Okay, because remember we went to Holly's workshop about dream journaling?
Yes.
Ever since then, my dreams have been more vivid and I'll wake up remembering certain aspects. I don't really remember anymore, but like it'll
Mhm.
linger with me. That never happens.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's kind of crazy. It wasn't right after, but lately I think it's been the past like 3 weeks, and I have these 2 recurring dreams that I don't actually remember the concept of either of them, but I remember the way they make me feel, and it's
That's the
really scary,
worst.
and I know that there's the 2 recurring ones. Like, I know for a fact that
So
there's 2.
you don't remember what's happening, but you remember the feeling.
Yeah, and they're both 2 different
I think
feelings.
that's intentional so that you don't get scared.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, but yeah, it's a recurring dream, like, there's something inside of me that's gotta get out, so.
That's so scary.
Also, side note, um, I said this earlier, but, like, I've been having the worst luck. Literally earlier, like, after I came back from the elevator situation, I'm calling it the entrapment because,
It's
it's
an
dramatic.
entrapment.
But after the entrapment of 2023, the great entrapment, I literally came in, I went to go throw something away in my little trash can, and I walked past my little, like, crystal tarot area where put them all, and I literally was like, "I feel like I need to ask, like, what's going on," you know? And, like, sage.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I was just like, "What is going on?" I'm literally like, "The curse is back
Yeah. For you.
for me." Yeah.
I hate
You're like,
that.
"Not me."
Don't include me in that.
Okay, that was a side note, but, okay, next story. I was sitting in my room after getting out of work on the 2nd floor. Little brother is downstairs watching TV. The dog is in the hallway outside my door sleeping. All of a sudden, the dog starts making all kinds of racket, jumping around, barking, clacking nails, howling. I go to get up and see what's up, and I hear, "Oh, that's a good girl," in a male voice. It didn't sound like my little brother, so I go, "Oh, you're home early," thinking it is my dad's friend slash our roommate. As I open the door, as I open the door, soon as I'm out there, there's no one at all but the dog wagging her tail, staring at the empty end of the hallway. Little brother comes upstairs to yell at me for getting his dog riled up and said he heard some voice thinking it was me or our roommate. We did a once over the house with a butterfly knife and his BB gun, and there was nobody. Still gives me the spooks to this day.
I hate that.
Isn't that one
That's so
scary?
scary.
Like, no, 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 no. Not the dog still wagging its tail.
So did it say the dog was barking or it was just like riled up, like excited?
The dog was barking, riled up, like how it would act if there was a person there.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, and
I wonder if it was somebody that the dog had known before. Because then the dog was fine.
you're really coming up with
I'm really
theories.
analyzing this.
No, but like,
Do you know what I mean though? Because why would the dog be so anxious and barking and then wagging its tail?
true.
Ew, that's so
True.
scary.
Wait, that's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's scary.
I don't like that.
We'll move on.
All right. A few years ago, I was home alone at nighttime. I was watching TV in the living room when I heard the doorbell ring. Whenever I hear the doorbell ring, especially when I'm home alone, I'm cautious to answer it. I walk up to the peephole without turning on the porch light so they don't know if anyone is actually home or not and look through. It's really dark, but I can see a small figure, more like black blob, I don't know, its definite shape, and had to be around 3 to 4 feet, doing a dancing motion, dipping down and oscillating its quote arms outward. Think of a person moving their arms like wings gracefully. It was dark outside, but this figure was more opaque, so I could see this going on. After a few seconds, I stopped looking through the peephole because it was too freaky to look at. I regained some courage and looked back through, and whatever it was gone. To this day, I still don't know what that was, and I get freaked out thinking about it. That is weird.
Yeah,
I'm a little skeptical about that one,
really.
but it is weird.
It's weird.
I'm imagining the TikTok filter. I think it was Dobby or like that little weird
Oh,
thing
yeah, same.
dancing. That's what I was
Same.
picturing.
but it's opaque. So it's like kind of translucent,
That's so
and that
weird.
seems ghosty.
That's so weird, and I always wonder when people are like, "I was just, like, chilling at home and my doorbell rang," or, like, "I heard a noise." It's like, why? What's their motive? What are these spirits, creatures' motives?
Honestly, I think that they're if they're on the earth, they have, like, some unfinished business, if they're just, like, hanging out, and so, like, I think they're like, it could be, like, a little kid ghost who's just being playful and,
Oh, I
like,
didn't
doorbell
think about
ditching,
that.
like,
That's kinda
that's
cute,
how I think of it,
but
but
still
that's my
weird,
point of view,
and it's still weird.
Yeah, no, like, I don't think that was this, I think that was scary, but
I I do not like that.
instead of just reading scary stories, we should've just done, like, is it scary or is it good intention? Because we just keep judging if it's actually
We're
scary
like,
or if it's
"Wait,
a good
maybe."
ghost.
Right? No, that's scary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next one.
Once when I was a kid, 10 or 11, my great grandfather was getting pretty near death because his wife had died about a month or so before, so we all knew. Isn't that sad?
Ooh.
Anyway, he kept not
Anyway,
just
that was so
rude.
Chanel.
It was. These are my minions.
I don't
You
know
know
their
their
names,
names.
and I don't want to know their names.
I'm Chanel number 1, Obvi.
Obvi.
Okay. Um, anyway, he kept telling everyone that he was seeing weird things and no one believed him. They just wrote it off to his old age. See, I'm like, I don't want to get old.
I don't
Cuz like you're
either. The
like,
more I think about it, being old sounds horrible.
yeah. Okay, so they wrote it off to his old age.
They're like, "Grandpa, come on. You're just messing."
And no one believed him. Most of them didn't turn sorry. So him being the way he was, he took out his Polaroid camera and started taking pictures of things around his house. Most of them didn't turn out, but one did. This has burned in my memory. It was a picture of the TV, which was turned off, and it looked like a shadow on the screen, but it clearly wasn't. It looked like person, but had four distinct fingers that were pointed at the end of both arms. And I kid you not, it had a halo over its head. It was weird though because it wasn't how they're always depicted in movies and stuff. It was almost like a horseshoe, but it went from shoulder to shoulder and had perfect triangles inside. The head was turned completely sideways to the right so you could see its outline. My entire family saw it. My aunt said, "It looks like a monster," which I'll never forget. Later on, we asked my grandmother where the picture was, assuming she wouldn't be insane and throw it away, and she completely denied the whole thing. She kept saying she didn't know what we were talking about. I can probably draw a picture of it.
That's weird. I want photo evidence, but it is very weird.
Mhm.
I always wonder that when I'm taking a Polaroid
Yeah.
because a lot of people, when they tell their paranormal experiences, it's in a picture, and a lot of times a Polaroid.
Yeah.
That's so
Spooky.
weird.
But, like, I mean, obviously they all saw it, but I believe it because it's like, okay, why is he gonna start taking his Polaroid out and taking
Exactly. He was
pictures? Like,
serious.
everyone was just like, "Oh, grandpa," yeah, like you said, but, like, he seriously was like, "No, let me show you." That's terrifying.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts sharing spooky stories, and so this is scaring me more. Because I
Yeah.
listened to one today and they like the listener sent in a picture and it's burned in my head and I'm so scared. It's always so interesting to see the pictures because I'm like, how many different types of spirits are there? Like they all look so different all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
It's so weird.
I have a picture included for one
Oh,
of
you
them.
do?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I love. That's what I love. Okay. Next one.
We're gonna take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, BetterHelp.
It's 2023 and it's time to really prioritize our mental health this year. No matter where you are in life, everyone can benefit from therapy. Whether you need to work through trauma or just need a safe person to talk to, BetterHelp is here for you.
BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service. Get matched with a professional licensed therapist in your state who you can trust.
BetterHelp has options to communicate with your therapist via chat, email, or video, and you can message them at any time to get help.
BetterHelp is giving our listeners 10% off if you sign up using the link in our show notes.
If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, relationships, trauma, grief, or just need someone to talk to, try BetterHelp today by clicking the link in our show notes or go to betterhelp.com/RTAFpod to get 10% off today. My grandmother lives in a very old house, late 1700s. Side note, I'm never living in an old house. Ever.
Honestly,
I'm never doing a fixer-upper. Don't count me into that.
but like if you live in a house, if you live anywhere that's been lived in, there can be energy. But yeah, old, like, I get that.
I'm not living there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the 1700s. Like, no.
That's how much history
Yeah,
has
there was a
happened?
lot of bad stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay. My grandmother lives in a very old house, which is surrounded by graveyards on both sides. The other day, my friend who I hadn't seen for months arrives at my house. We're walking along the old cobblestone driveway when he begins talking about his newfound spirituality, not in a religious context, but with regards to feeling tuned into things. I believed him. He had been away at a drug treatment program, and I believed that he had experienced some kind of cerebral/spiritual awakening. Anyways, as we were talking, my cat walks over to us and starts rubbing up against my leg. After a while, I realize she won't quit and that she is trying to tell me something. I start to follow her, and soon I realize she's going to the graveyard. Every time I stop following her, she turns around and rubs my leg until I begin walking again. When we finally get to the graveyard, she jumps up on a gravestone, balancing on the slender part of the gravestone, and will not move. She begins hissing when we try to take her off the headstone. We realized that the grave was someone who lived and died in our house. My friend took this picture of the cat on the gravestone. It says show picture. I need to see the picture.
Okay. Apparently TikTok has just been open on my phone on the ground this whole
What?
time. Are you ready?
What? Okay.
Okay, so
The cat is hissing, and the cat looks scary.
it's a black cat. I actually like this story.
I think the spirit was definitely trying to be like, hey, like you're living in my house. I don't think it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
It's just creepy.
I also think because it was a black cat, like, obviously black cats are spiritual.
Yeah.
Like, I love that I have a black
You
cat.
do.
But yeah, we will post it on the story. But yeah, you can tell it's hissing. And like that's such a specific picture that like that's real.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, why would you have a graveyard in the backyard? I know you can't move it, but
I
like,
think
why
the
would you choose
graveyard, it
that?
was on both sides of the house. I think the house was built before, and they were like, oh, here's some land. We need a graveyard.
They're like, this is government property, so we're building a fence around you. That sucks. Imagine.
That does suck.
All right, next one. One day while doing my laundry, one of the lights blew out in my basement. My basement is set up so that the laundry room is split from the other side of the basement with a wall and a door. In order to get upstairs, you have to exit the laundry room and go through the other part of the basement. So the light blew in the other part, not the laundry room. As it was the only light on this side, it was pretty dark. I finished the laundry I had to do while dreading the walk through the dark basement.
I don't like this.
I exit the laundry room, get halfway through the basement, and I hear a loud cackle. Imagine a sound people make when they imitate a witch. Take that and imagine that the witch had been smoking for 50 years, making her voice deeper and hoarser. This is what I heard clear as day right behind me. I did not hesitate to. Oh, they messed up. I did not hesitate to bolt for the stairs. I waited until my father got home and then changed the bolt. I have yet to hear the cackle since, and I have not told a single person in my house about it. Honestly, she's a real one for that. Or
she
he.
is. I'd be like, yes, what just happened to me?
Yeah.
That's so scary.
That one is spooky ooky.
See, what's the motive for that spirit?
Yeah, I'm like,
come on.
You just want to cackle and scare someone? Like, come on.
That's so scary.
Yeah, that one scared me.
I don't like that.
Because you know the very specific run when you turn the
Yeah,
light off
no.
and you sprint up the basement stairs? Yeah.
Two at a time.
Oh,
I hate that.
that's so accurate. Oh my gosh.
Scary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one. I got home from work late one night, was walking onto my front stoop when I walked right into this huge spider web. At first, I didn't think much of it until I looked down and saw about 20 to 30 baby spiders all over me. I started freaking out, then noticed the parents sitting on my front door. The
I
parents?
thought that was so funny.
Okay. They were huge, bigger than a quarter. So, of course, I did not want to use my front door. I run to my back door, throw all of my clothes off, and jump in the shower. I then watch as baby spiders begin falling out of my hair.
I
Ew,
feel like there's spiders
ew,
all over
ew,
me.
ew, ew. Okay, this feels like so symbolic.
Why?
Something must have been happening to her, like
Oh, the
bad luck
spiders?
or something,
Yeah.
right?
Spiders
That's ominous.
spiders are known as like a sign.
Yeah, they mean something.
They
Like if
mean
you
something.
dream spiders,
Yeah.
something's gonna happen. I don't know.
I just thought it was so funny how they were like, and the parents sitting on my front porch. I was like,
Hey.
all right. Okay. This is our last one. Not really a story, but I've noticed that almost any time I'm walking alone at night through my town, streetlights turn off as I pass them. Not all of them, but enough to make me think something wants me to be in the dark.
Ooh, I just got chills.
Yeah, I'm like, why would you put it that
I
way?
just got chills really bad. I need a blanket.
I can't.
That's kind of pick me.
Honestly, I think the way they ended it is pick me, but they said like it's happened enough times to where I'm starting to notice it.
Yeah,
And I was thinking like it's giving like Harry Potter or something.
kind of.
You
It's
know?
like you have like a born darkness in you or
Yeah.
something.
Wait, is that Harry Potter?
Yeah, because he part of Voldemort is literally in him. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, the little like shriveled up at the end.
No.
You know what
Part
I'm
of his
talking about?
soul. I do know what you're talking about in Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, what is that?
That's Voldemort.
How do I not know the plot of Harry Potter? I don't even know how it ends.
Are you serious?
Like I just because I didn't read the books and I haven't seen the movies in forever.
I love Harry Potter. I
I
can tell
know.
you a lot of stuff.
I know when you okay, our friend was over the other night and you guys were talking about Harry Potter and I was like, it is spooky season and like why do I kind of want to like watch them all again? Because I haven't
It's Harry
seen
Potter
them.
rewatch season.
Yeah. So I might be down.
They're just so good. Yeah, part of Voldemort's whoa,
Voldemort?
Voldemort's soul is literally in Harry.
How?
When he tried to kill Harry when he was a baby, part of his like Harry is a Horcrux.
Okay, I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions after this because I could go on and on, but I'm like thinking I thought they had to destroy all the
They
Horcruxes.
did.
So
You know what? Of course the good guys win. Okay. I don't really remember like how they beat that. Oh, Harry's just more powerful.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's magic.
It's been a while for me too.
Just like
And like ask
magic.
me anything. I can tell you some things. But I do know that. Like Harry's more powerful than Voldemort. He comes out the stronger wizard.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Okay. Oh, speaking of, I took my official Harry Potter house test.
Yes.
And I was Hufflepuff.
Yes. You're Hufflepuff. I'm
So-
Ravenclaw.
Somehow I feel like Hufflepuff is like the worst one. Like,
Yeah.
but like I feel it's obvious. Like Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw are obviously the underdogs.
Hufflepuff is like, to me, it's like the because like Ravenclaw is like the smart ones.
Okay.
Gryffindor is like the brave, like Divergent. They're like the dauntless kind of.
Yeah.
In my mind, Slytherin is obviously like more dark, evil vibes.
Yeah.
What even is Hufflepuff?
Wait, I'm looking up Hufflepuff qualities. Hey, do you know what your boyfriend's is? Or you said his name.
Yeah,
Like,
Khalil.
do you know what Khalil's
I
is?
don't.
Okay, I thought it was so funny when I asked Kendrick what his was, and he said, I almost said Scorpio. He said Slytherin.
I was gonna say I feel like he'd be a Slytherin, but I'm gonna tell him to take the test.
Tell him.
Or he probably has. He loves Harry Potter.
Okay. This is the most admirable Hufflepuff traits.
Oh, Cedric Diggory. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm always a team Edward girly, and it
Yes!
shows.
Through and
Okay,
through.
so Hufflepuffs rarely start arguments and avoid confrontation.
Okay.
They produce the fewest dark wizards.
Okay.
They value hard work, kindness, and fairness, and they tend to
Mhm.
stay towards the light. They are fair and hardworking individuals. Why is this perfect? They are all rounders with abilities in various subjects, from herbology to potions.
Oh, that's so cool.
I like it.
That's cool, and Luna Lovegood is a Hufflepuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
slay! Cute. Okay. Wait, do you want me to look
Look
up the
up
Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw.
This is so
Wait,
fun.
I love this.
Okay. Ravenclaw traits. All right, are you ready for yours?
Yes.
You're
Let
right.
me correct myself. Luna Lovegood is a Ravenclaw.
Oh,
Excuse me.
ooh. You might get on the bad side of the Harry
All
Potter
right.
fans. All right.
My apologies.
Time to rewatch with me. Um, Ravenclaw is the smart house. Values are learning, wisdom, wit, and intellect. Students are academically motivated and creative thinkers. They can be eccentric and curious. They always are seeking to learn more. Passion for learning.
Okay, so Ravenclaw's the weirdos. That's what I'm getting here.
They are logical and rational, but also think outside the box. Yeah, because I'm like, there's no big Ravenclaw as a picture.
Well, Rowena Ravenclaw.
I don't know who that is.
She has one of the Horcruxes.
Oh.
Her crown is one of the Horcruxes. And she founded
Oh.
Ravenclaw.
Oh wait, I think, is this guy a Ravenclaw?
Gilderoy Lockhart, yes.
I wanna play Harry Potter Clue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get into this later because now I'm super interested. It's like horoscope.
It's just so fun to go down a rabbit hole because it's such a fun world. Remember when
Yeah,
we went to Harry Potter World? That
yeah.
was so fun.
Okay, me and Kendrick were looking at Legos the other day. We were just like screen sharing on the Lego store. Because he likes Legos and they have a bunch of the adult Legos,
Uh-huh.
and he has like big rocket ships that he's built and stuff. So I was like, how fun would it be to go to Target and do like we each pick out a Lego set for each other and then
Oh,
we
cute.
build them together?
That's cute.
Yeah. So, anyways, we were talking about the Harry Potter world and the Lego sets there, and then I was like, I literally went to Harry Potter World and like imagine being the one to create that entire world. And now
Literally.
there's roller coasters based off it and people who literally make it their entire personality.
It's so cool.
Like imagine being that creative.
Right?
Yeah.
So J.K. Rowling was a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, she was for sure.
Yeah, that was so fun. That's funny that you said that because I added to my Nicole shared list of things to do together, build a Lego set.
No
That just sounds
way.
so fun.
It's just fun.
It's like doing a puzzle. You just
Exactly.
put on music, get a drinkity drink.
Mhm. And like more and more lately, you'll be really proud of me. I've been trying to be really mindful of because I've had really bad brain fog lately. And so I've been trying to be mindful of like not just turning my TV on just to have it on.
Right.
And so a lot of times lately, I've just like found myself working on something and being quiet where normally I have to have something else going on,
Yeah.
just for like the
Can
background.
never have silence.
Yeah. But where was I going with that? It was about the Legos. Oh, but I kind of like working on something but not being on a screen.
Mhm.
So I think it would just be so fun to like build Legos like together and like listen to music and just talk, or like if I did that on my own, which I wouldn't do, but like get a hobby that I can do with my hands that's not a screen but I can do while I'm watching a show.
You should crochet.
Quinn tried to teach me and I got too frustrated. I spent money on like a set and everything. And then I literally was like,
Where is
it's too
it?
hard.
I'll use it.
Quinn has it. Oh, Quinn uses it.
Well, yeah, I think hobbies that don't revolve around screens are really important.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so revolutionary. It's not. But like I've been trying to be really mindful of that lately.
That's so good.
Yeah, because I'm like, sometimes I'm always too overstimulated.
Always.
Like we
I
all are.
know. I know. I literally have been putting my phone on do not disturb the past few days. I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Like, I don't want constant notifications.
Mhm.
It's exhausting.
I don't blame you.
And not that I have to answer them right away, but just having it there is so anxiety invoking lately. So
No,
I think that's really good.
I feel that, and, like, I a lot of the times, like, during the day, like, I've been, like, putting my phone up on the top of my desk when I'm working, because sometimes I'll just, like, find myself on my phone, and I'm, like, wanting to go on my phone even,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Why am I even," like, I don't even have anything to do on there, but it's just, like, muscle memory, you know?
literally.
And so, yeah, I've been trying to do that too, like, either put it on do not disturb and, like, have, like, a deep focus block, or just, like, putting it up and listening to music. Um, so, yeah, we're so overstimulated, but yeah,
Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this spooky episode.
that kind of got sidetracked,
Yeah.
but it was
We're
fun.
gonna recap Halloween next week, so we'll get to tell you guys about our night. But stay safe
Stay safe.
and have fun if you're going out on Halloween. If you are, props to you.
Yeah.
I'm working the next day and will not be participating.
Mm-mm.
But
We should
remember,
watch, like, a spooky movie, though.
I want to. Let's
Yeah.
have a movie night.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll bake some fall treats or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been wanting that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I just want a fun, spooky night. That's
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah. Like, still celebrate. So, yeah, we'll still
Yes.
celebrate. If you're not going out on Halloween, you can celebrate too. Have a little movie night. We'll be doing the same.
Yes. It'll be so fun. So remember to follow us on our socials, which are in the show notes. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.